let me introduce myself. I am Dolly Northcutt, and I've spent almost my entire life in this city. I was born February 1st of 1872, right here in Longview. I was the oldest daughter of Ida and my father, Dr. W.D. Northcutt. Here's a picture of us so you can get an idea. My grandfather, William George Northcutt, is on the top. He came here in 1870. And in the middle, there's my beautiful mother, Ida, and my handsome father, Dr. W.D. And there's the lovely Victorian house on the bottom where I was raised, and it still stands on Fredonia Street today. I was one of 7 children, and Father was a very, very busy pioneer doctor in Longview so many years ago. We had 7 children, as I said, in the family. In 1910, I graduated from Longview High School and went off to Baylor University, but sadly I was called home not long thereafter because my mother had passed away and Father needed help in managing the large house and the large family. The youngest member in our family was just 3 years old. And so when I returned to Longview, I never married, but I devoted myself and my energies to my church and to my family and to my beautiful community. My passion early on and continues to this day has been to record and preserve our local history. I had often envisioned that one day we would have a living history museum where people in years hence could come, visit, and learn about the pioneering efforts that contributed to the development of Longview when it was just a crude, rude little settlement so many decades ago. And my dream became a reality when a generous benefactor, Ann Lacey Crane, purchased the Everett Building downtown and turned it over to my group, the Gregg County Historical Foundation, and we turned it into the Gregg County Historical Museum. Our dream had become a reality, and it was time for me to move on to some other projects. I became an organizing member of the committee to establish the first library. I was an early member of the Downtown Beautification Committee, the Downtown Development Council, and I was a founding member, a charter member of the Longview Federation of Women's Clubs. It was our goal to raise enough revenue to purchase a large lot on which the county would build a community center. Well, we scrimped and saved some more and went through the cushions of the chairs even to get our loose change. But finally we had enough revenue to purchase the plot of land, and the county built the community center on that plot. But it was my responsibility as the first treasurer of the Federation of Women's Clubs to inform our members that after paying for that lot, we had just 1 penny left in our treasury. Well, we got a lot of mileage out of that penny. The next time you drive by the community center and the plot on which it is built on 2nd and Whaley Streets, please notice it and realize what went into that, buying that lot. And we were so pleased with ourselves, we actually had 1 penny pins made, so that every time we wore it and looked down at it, we realized what women could achieve. And speaking of women, I became an early woman real estate development manager in Longview. Very rare at that time for a woman. and I purchased a large plot of land in South Longview and designed an entire neighborhood, one that would be gracious and spacious and a little bit away from the noise of town, the peace and quiet, and I designed a lovely drive to meander through the neighborhood, and I named it Covington Drive. And then I came home and told Father what I had done, and he scolded me roundly. He said, "Why, Dolly, are you out of your mind? Nobody is going to go that far out from the center of town. Nobody's going to travel there, let alone live there. You have just wasted a lot of your own money. I hope it wasn't my money, Dolly." And I said, "Now, Father, let us just wait and see what happens." I was trembling inside. But lucky for me, people did travel out there, although many of them were my relatives. And they did buy land, and they did erect lovely homes. And today, Covington Drive still winds through a flourishing neighborhood off of Green Street. In 1970, we were celebrating our centennial in Longview, and I was so honored to be named the First Lady of the first century. And I was honored, as I say, and pleased, but I must tell you, title or no title really made no difference, because I didn't let a thing deter me, even though I was a woman, for achieving my quest to beautify and improve my beloved hometown of Longview. Thank you for listening to my story. I appreciate it. Thank you.